India is fast emerging as the hotbed of tech unicorns. While Flipkart, Paytm, Zomato have been household names for long, as many as 16 startups acquired the unicorn status, that is billion-dollar valuations, in 2021 alone. It is heartening to see the startups being able to raise money in Indian equity markets rather than list overseas. Therefore, the Zomato IPO is no doubt a healthy sign for the Indian stock markets overall. But should you simply assume that Zomato and Paytm are set to be the next Microsoft and Apple? Let me tell you. Hi, I'm Tanushree Banerjee, editor of Equitymaster's Blue Chip recommendation service Stock Select. Welcome to Safe Stocks, where we discuss ideas to create and preserve wealth in safe stocks. If you haven't subscribed to the Equitymaster channel yet, please do so and click on the bell icon to get notifications for my latest videos. So coming back to the unicorn IPOs. Retail investors need to be cognizant of the fact that the risks involved in such issues is very different from what they have seen in the past. The last time I remember a loss-making company getting such massive IPO interest was Reliance Power in 2008. And we all know what happened later that year. Typically, to evaluate IPOs of conventional businesses, investors seek safety in profits and balance sheets. For the tech unicorns, you're only betting on future growth. Zomato accumulated losses of 4,000 crores in the last 3 years. However, its revenues have grown 50% in the last 3 years. So it's the latter that matters more in terms of its future estimates. It's not that investors are unaware of the fact that tech startups burn cash in initial years, but they are willing to wait and assign high multiples on the basis of the high growth prospects rather than the current profitability. The underlying logic is simply that it has worked in the case of Amazon, Facebook, Alibaba, Twitter, and many others. All these businesses grab market share and absorb losses for several years before turning profitable. The problem is that the loss-making streak of these tech startups may last longer, much longer than the retail investors' patience and ability to hold on to the loss-making businesses. Interestingly, Professor Ashwath Damodaran, who is an authority on equity valuations and teaches at the Stern School of Business at New York University, has referred to a peculiar fact about these IPOs. To be specific, he talks about the size of the IPO prospectus, or the amount of information given to new investors. Here's the data that he has shown on the size of the IPO prospectus of listed tech majors. See, at one point back in the 1990s, even companies like Microsoft, Apple, and Alphabet were unicorns. But their IPO prospectus were just a fifth of the size of the IPO prospectus that Zomato has. Does that mean Zomato's business is 5 times more complicated than that of Microsoft or Apple or Alphabet? Absolutely not. Rather, such voluminous prospectus only makes it even more difficult for investors to decipher the real facts. Consider this. While India has about 550 million smartphone users, most are not high-value targets. Zomato has an average monthly user base of about 10 million. I'm assuming these are high net worth individuals at the very apex of the digital pyramid. In the same income segment, Amazon Prime has 7 million users in India, while Netflix has about 3 million subscribers. So Zomato's growth going forward may depend on its ability to burn cash by offering its services to lower-end customers. So it'll give them more and more discounts. And it's not just Zomato. Paytm, which is set to have its IPO very soon, already has a plethora of regulatory breaches and has several legal cases against it. Now, bigger the size of the prospectus, worse are the chances of figuring out how to measure up these risks. So the best thing investors can do before applying to these IPOs with bulky prospectus is to remember that there can be devil in the details. So please take an exposure accordingly if you must. And please think twice before equating every Zomato or Paytm IPO to the huge wealth creation of Microsoft, Apple, or Alphabet. Thank you. This is it. The only 20 stocks to own forever. Click here to reserve your free spot for our special event on Forever Stocks.